Welcome back to Trucking the Seven Seas. This is episode number 6. In this episode, we'll be covering 2 weeks of trucking. We took some time off and then we had some maintenance days, so there wasn't a lot to cover the first week, so this episode is going to cover 2 weeks. We stay in the West Coast and primarily the Los Angeles area, so that's where this episode is going to focus on. Let's go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss.
Back on the road. We stayed in Hesperia, California at a pilot. So we drove from Vegas to Hesperia, California. Stopped there. There was a massive traffic jam on the 15. It was like over an hour-long delay right after Hesperia. So I just stayed at the pilot there. And then dropping in Los Angeles. Go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue.
So we grabbed a load in Los Angeles, California, and then we dropped it in Phoenix. While in Phoenix, I took a couple days off, parked it in the terminal, and then visited some family members for a couple days. So we're back on the road. It's actually a couple days later, and now we're headed to Wilmington, California. Let's go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue.
So we stopped in the Fontana yard, and then we delivered the load to Wilmington, California, and then got another load headed up to Clovis, California, which is basically Fresno. So we're gonna grab that next load and head to Clovis. Let's go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue.
Alright, so we delivered the load in Clovis, California yesterday, and then we got dispatched on another load headed to, well, we were picking up in Los Angeles, so we got a deadhead down to Los Angeles. We stopped just south of the Grapevine at a Petro, and the wind is pretty high right now, and I'm completely empty, so I'm gonna have to stop. That's okay, the load isn't due till tomorrow. Coincidentally, it's also due right next to the Petro, so I'll go in tomorrow early morning into Los Angeles, grab the load before the traffic gets too bad, bring it out here and drop it, and then get another load, and then head out from there. Let's go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue.
Okay, so after that Clovis load, we got dispatched to Los Angeles to pick up a load in the Los Angeles area and deliver it to Wheeler Ridge. So we deadheaded down, grabbed the load, and dropped it in Wheeler Ridge. Now we're headed to Salt Lake City, and so we're grabbing in Los Angeles and we're dropping in Salt Lake City. However, that load is not going to make this vlog, so we'll get into the spreadsheet right now. Let's go. Okay, it's spreadsheet time. In this episode, we're going to be covering 2 weeks. The week before, I only did 2 loads because, as I mentioned, I took a couple days off, or a few days off, and visited some family in Phoenix. and there wasn't a whole lot to report on, so I just mashed weeks 8 and 9. One thing to note, last episode, I actually didn't cover week 6, so there it is. I mean, it was on the spreadsheet, but I didn't talk about it. Last episode, I had to mash 2 episodes together, so it got a little weird, and yeah, I just spaced on actually covering this, but you can see it right there. I'm not going to explain it to you. It was actually a pretty okay week. So anyways, this week we are covering, or this episode we're covering weeks 8 and 9. So to kick right off, so I had $450 of maintenance pay, or slash layover pay, however you want to look at it. It's the same either way. So I had 6 days of layover slash maintenance in Las Vegas, and that was actually, this $450 was actually more like, it was in between like week 7 and week 6 actually, but it didn't discharge until this week, so I put it here. So that's what that's about. So a full 6 days of maintenance, and you know, I keep mentioning how bad maintenance is right now. That was a windshield repair and a PM, and it took a week almost. So not a good time to be an owner-operator right now because of this. That should have been like 2 days, it took a week. So, but it is what it is. So yeah, we had that, and because that fell in March, I have no chance at any bonus, or at least at the mileage bonus. So I've decided to take quite a bit of time off this month, because why not? I mean, it's a good time since I'm not going to get any of the bonuses anyway. So I took 3 days off, and then I'll be taking another few days off to visit some family in Portland area. So just a note there, I'm going to be taking a lot of time off this month because it's a good time to do it. And you know, the loads still aren't great right now, so we're going to be taking some more time off. But anyways, yeah, we did, in the last 2 weeks, we actually only did 5 loads. So the maintenance pay and the days off both intersected into the last 2 weeks. So yeah, there just wasn't a lot of loads this week. Partly my fault, partly not my fault. It was partly maintenance, and it was partly me taking time off. So we did a total of 1,700 miles in 2 weeks. Again, took a lot of time off and had maintenance. $1,300. That's obviously very skewed because it's $450 right here. So it's, I mean, if you look at the actual pay, it's, you know, it's more like 59 or 49 cents per mile. So yeah, that's skewed. So yeah, $1,300 overall. I think that's right. No, that's right. Okay, yeah, overall we've done 16,000 miles for night, and that's about 2.5 months. So that's not very much. Got paid almost $9,000, currently paying 54 cents a mile. Then this 54 cents a mile does include things like the maintenance pay, so just a note there. So on average, we're only doing 1,800 miles per week, which is not good at all. Weeks like that will drop your average way down, and we're getting just under $1,000 per week average, and you know, same mileage bonus there. So a lot of layover. Well, actually, I added it in right here. So I put another little column here, or whatever, row, whatever it's called. So home time, I've had 8 days off in the last 2.5 months, which is, I'd say, pretty reasonable. 8 days off in 2.5 months, that's normal. And then layover, we've had 10 days of layover, and that's mostly because of this right here. So layover slash maintenance has been 10 full days, and that's quite a bit. So hopefully that starts to go down. We had that, and then there were a few other days where we had some layover, but this is 6 of the 10 days right here. So that's maintenance was 6 of the 10 days. Thought I'd put the detention in there as well. I've only done 3 hours of detention, and you know, that's one of the advantages of being with like a mega carrier. It's just a lot of drop and hooks. So I'm actually getting unloaded right now. It's like the first live unload I've had in a while. So yeah, not a lot of detention going on. So just a note there. I've also put in the average load length. So this is miles. So the average miles per load. So on average, my loads are 557 miles per load, which is okay. I mean, that's not too bad. You know, the higher the better. But 557 is, you know, I would say reasonable. I would say that is a reasonable average load length. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, hopefully things pick up. Again, I'm taking time off in March, a lot of time off, because I have no chance at the bonuses, so why not? Next week I'll be taking more time off, and I won't be doing an episode next week, almost surely, because there's not going to be a whole lot to report on. So the next episode will again probably come 2 weeks from now. And yeah, things should start picking up now. The weather is improving, and the economy does improve in summer, even though, yeah, the economy is not great period right now, but it should pick up a little bit in summer, and I should have better weather. So things should start getting better. But there you have it. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in driving or truck driving in general, I'll leave a link in the comments section and in the about section, and you can click that link, fill out the information, and a driver recruiter will get a hold of you. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss.